Xbox, he will get himself an away goal. If you don't know how away goals work in football, you're probably watching the wrong channel right now, to say the least. But of course, it does mean a goal means more on the away console.
Yeah, essentially, if they're level, whoever has the most away goals wins. And I think, the reason, of course, why his non-preferred console is going first is because if the game is still level after the second leg and away goals are taken into consideration, you'll continue to play on the console you just finished on, which in this case would be the PlayStation which is his console of choice.
And that's a straight golden goal, one match.
Yeah, first one to score takes it all, basically. So, we can always hope that we get that far. But either way, I think the fact that these two guys are unbeaten through the tournament on their respective consoles mean that it'll be interesting to see how that switch works out for them. You know, Taz said, I've played PlayStation before, but never really on FIFA 17. So those little fine details and differences in squad will make a difference. Maybe you should mention as well the difference in what squads can be picked on the two consoles.
So this is the big thing. We've seen tournaments in the past that have involved two different consoles, but the thing that is added here is the fact they're playing Ultimate Team, which have some big differences across the two consoles. So on Xbox, we have what is known as legend items available, which is former players, obviously, since retired, but you can use them in their glory days, in their prime. Adds a huge element to the game. People like Pele, people like George Best, Patrick Vieira being pulled back into your team. That's not available on the PlayStation. So what it means is that when someone's playing on the PlayStation, they haven't played for a long time, they're going to have to get used to a squad without those legends. They may have played thousands and thousands of games on their Xbox using maybe as many as 11 legends, sometimes 3, maybe 4. We've seen quite a lot today. So they've got 4 gaps, essentially, in that team they need to plug. And then you've got to think about things like chemistry. Because another reason people use Legends is they have chemistry with all the players around them. When you take that player out, if you want to keep the players around that spot the same, you need to find someone that fills that gap. So it's difficult. And then likewise, if you haven't used Legends before, and you're a PlayStation guy, you've got to get used to them.
Very technical indeed. Well, explain it as we go. The game is about ready to get underway. The players are itching to start, so let's get them underway, ladies and gentlemen. It is #TAS from the Xbox division. 7 wins, no losses, no ties, up against Sihan from the PlayStation division. 7 wins, no losses, no ties. #TAS has only ever been behind once in this entire tournament, has a fantastic goal difference ratio. Sihan himself only let 8 goals in total in this entire tournament, 5 of them in that one game, that epic game they had in the group stage, 6-5.
Yeah, I mean, it is really going to be an interesting one, but the big difference is that you say Sihan's been involved in high-scoring games, and to be able to do what he did is incredible, like continually have the game go back and forth, and then ride it out and win. Whereas what Tas has done is a different kind of skill. He's shut out opponents. He's just said, I'm not going to let you score a goal, and he's just sealed his way to victory that way. So it's 2 very different players, and I genuinely cannot call it. It could go the distance. It really could.
Well, we all hope that it'll go the distance as well, and also really excited to see how these two play styles, as you mentioned there, clash. How do they fit to one another? Does one of those play styles dominate the other? Do they even each other out almost? And will also either of these players have to change up their play style to get that advantage over the other?
I think it's going to come down to who's the better at what their play style is. And like we said earlier, it's about having a plan B. If you haven't got a plan B at this level and you can only play one way and you come up against an opponent who finds a way of answering that, you're stuck. You need to have other options, changing up your game, getting the win at all costs.
Well, Tas, of course, was strangled out by Rocky by a large portion of the game. 1-0 down up to the first half, struggled with possession, was 60% possession to Rocky. But, of course, Tas found a way to get the goals, started playing much better in the second half, took it to extra time, and then managed to finish in classic style, of course, using Georgie Best on the Xbox. We will be starting out on the Xbox, so the Legends will be available for Tas. That was George Best, along with the likes of Hullet. We're expected to see the same type of stuff from Sihan. I know he's using, I believe, Hullet in there alongside Vieira as the Legends. Of course, the forwards, he's going to be using the Team of the Year. This is obviously the selection for Sihan. It's pretty much similar to his team that he has on the PlayStation, using those, obviously, your Ronaldo 99s, your Suarez 98s, your Neymar's in there. Standard defense as well, also, between the Boateng and Smalling. Using Kyle Walker on the right as well, right? The right wing's definitely been a point of contention through all the players. There's been a whole plethora of right-backs used this tournament.
Definitely, and I would argue, now I'm thinking about it more, I'd say it's actually more of a challenge for the Xbox player, because the difference is, if you're super comfortable with a squad on the PlayStation, you can just leave it. You can use the same squad on the Xbox if you want to. You don't have to change a thing. Equally, you can improve it. There's legends that might improve your team. But if you've played hundreds and hundreds, sometimes thousands of games with legends, and suddenly you can't use them, you've got to adapt to something new. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens as we get things underway.
Well, we saw there the initial attack. We almost missed it there. 3 minutes in so quickly coming out from Sihan. And, well, he will actually give away a free kick here. So for TAS, a little bit of time maybe to chill, just get some composure in the opening minutes of the game. And it's hoofed upfield and, well, may even go to the opposition number at this point for the goal kick.
It's going to get chased right into the corner. It should go for a goal kick. There we go. Just a straight boot upfield. Not something you see too often in FIFA, that's for sure. But it is going to be #TAS playing. You can see as the Arsenal badge in the top left there. He's playing in white and blue is what he's been playing the whole season long. Of course, we do see in the other side the Schalke kit, the blue kit. It is what Sihan has been playing with. It is the team he represents.
And there is Alaba down on this bottom side, just blocked out there by Ronaldo. So a pensive start for both of these players. Suarez gonna collect. There is one of those legends, Ruud Gullit, and the ball is not through. Ronaldo here with a chance. He fires it off, but here dives down to the right. We'll stop that one. It's going for a corner.
I thought he might open up for the finesse shot into the top right-hand corner there, but he went with the drill, and Neuer's always got a chance of saving them.
That shows a little confidence, though. Sihan taking shots early, not looking for that drip back, trying a little skill shot, which we're going to certainly see here. Ronaldo needs to cut inside, needs to try and get the dribble down the byline. That's where you can see he's trying to pull Alaba in at the moment. He's pulled one defender. Gullit's come to help him out. Is he going to try and cut it through? Instead has to go back to Kyle Walker. Walker back into Vieira, looking for that through ball into the box. It's going to George Best! And that is #TAS getting himself in the lead. 12 minutes into this game.
Fantastic build-up there. We saw him have the ball with Ronaldo in the corner. He kept cool under pressure, pulled out for a few skill moves. Composure was on point, looked for the passes, timed it to perfection. George Best banged it in.
And it's funny, really, because the PlayStation final, the Xbox final for TAS almost was won by almost identical goals to what we just saw there. Ronaldo feeding into George Best. He scored 2 of them towards the end of the game that got him into this final today. And that is where he takes the lead once again. Of course, there's a long, long way to go in this one, though.
An early goal certainly helps, no matter who you're playing against, though. Hold it through the middle to Ronaldo. Gets a nice little slide ball to Suarez. Tries to feed it off to the middle. Ramos wins it back. He's going to try and play it out of defence. Can be risky, but these players are very experienced. That, however, is a tricky ball, switching the play across to Walker.
There is inside to Vieira. Will play on this wingman, try and make some space for himself as Pogba there in the middle of the park. Thought was going to lose it, but managed to hold on to it. Pass from Best, well, wasn't the best to say the least. And control of the ball goes back over towards Sihan, holding things up here, trying to get his players in position, and he will be able to do that with Walker, the right back. Tries to slot it through, but again, sloppy passing, loses out.
Yeah, hold it through the middle. It's going to lose out the race to Pogba. Hullit's been dropped down. It's going to go back. Vieira through to Gullit on the other side. TAS pushing forward down the left wing. Pogba muscles him out to Ronaldo. Nice little pirouette there. Pogba, though, not having any of it. Oh, Ronaldo's down. No foul given. Pogba just mercilessly carries on the play and just clears it up the field.
He's gone down there. Spencer, why don't you explain a little bit how injuries work? Because as we've just seen there, coming in, that may affect things going forward. We'll wait for that one, because Ronaldo here on the break. What's he going to do? Tries to power it in, but hits the legs of Walker.
Yeah, so we can see this injury icon, and Ronaldo's taken out again there. Yeah, that will affect Ronaldo for a little bit, but he will recover from it. And it's very unlikely that Tass is going to sub him off because it is Cristiano Ronaldo. And Patrick Vieira picking up the yellow in the middle of that midfield is not someone you want to have a booking. So we may see him subbed off at some point.
Well, it's not often you get a tackle on both Ronaldo and George Best at the same time. Patrick Vieira just managed it there. But also we saw Tass going defensive, actually. I don't know if you noticed it. He went defensive. Now, he went ultra defensive against Rocky in the final of the Xbox tournament, of course. That's a great through ball, but it's not going to get past De Gea. It went ultra defensive and let a goal in and then had to go back attacking. So we'll see whether it pays off for Tass this time.
I mean, it's all mental with these guys, I think, a lot of the time. And he's got himself a lead. He knows he needs to hold on to it, even though there's a long way to go because we've got both legs on both consoles. Sometimes you'll see people invite the pressure. And that's what happened against Rocky. And when he conceded, he then had to change things up again, and that's what allowed him to score. So you could argue he should hold off and try and get the second goal because it's so early in the fixture, but he's gone with defensive and he seems to know what he's doing so far in the tournament. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
There's a planned pass by Messi that was snuffed out, and we see now a chance for Tass to break once again with Ronaldo. And Vieira on this bottom side will find some space there. Actually trickles on through for Best. Surely will cut it across, but Ronaldo on the back heel really just lost his step and couldn't get control.
Not often you see Ronaldo's first touch laying him down there. I think he just came too fast, went for that driven pass, and it was almost just too close.
Well, I mean, that's the testament to the level these guys are playing at. That they're not underestimating their opponents. They're using the driven pass quite a lot. I think I've probably seen it used more times this game than we normally would have by now, because they just know they can't afford to dilly-dally on the ball. They need to get out their feet quickly, as he's doing here. Ronaldo is well tackled in the end, but yeah, the driven pass, fantastic skill to use, but you have to be able to control the ball. That's a skill in itself.
There's Pogba blocked by Hullet. That's going to trickle out for a throw in here. Obviously, will give possession back over towards Tass in his own half. So Pogba will just free things up. Will we see a ball through? He tries it over the top there, and that's going to be collected back by Vieira. And that's the risk in playing those kind of balls. Often you lose possession.
Yeah, and it is worth reminding everyone that Tass is in his home leg right now. So whilst this 1-0 is a great start for him, it was expected in many ways. He's playing against someone that isn't used to Legends, isn't used to Xbox, so really as a minimum he'd want to be going out with this with a 1-0 lead.
Isn't used to the controller either, a very different controller on the Xbox to the PlayStation, of course, although similar style of play. Messi back to Suarez, dangerous ball, gets the through ball to Pogba. Oh, De Gea comes out. Solid, strong keeping there as we approach first half, and 1-0 successfully held by Tass in the opener. That goal looking good, and you can see the stats. Just that one shot for Tass is all it's required so far, just the 2 so far for Sehan. So not a great deal of action in the first half. We expected this to be pretty cagey.
Yeah, I mean, my slight concern from Tass's perspective there would be that he has sat back a little bit after getting the goal. He's gone a little bit defensive, and there is a long way to go. And in fact, towards the end of that half, we saw Sehan coming into it on the away console. So, I mean, it's up to him ultimately his strategy, but if I was him, I'd be thinking more about getting my win in my game, because you've got the second game to worry about. Who knows? Maybe they feel more like the gameplay and the way he plays, as opposed to the console is on, is what's going to come through. And he feels like he can do the same thing on the away console. But it's important for him that he gets the win. And like I say, as things stand right now, Sehan loses this one 1-0. He's not going to feel like he's out. He's got his own console to come.
Well, obviously it's been a cagey game so far, but stats-wise, let's talk about this to begin with. So Tass has only ever had 1 goal scored against him in a match. He's never had more than 1 goal scored against him in a match. Sehan, in this tournament alone, is averaging 3 goals a game.
Wow.
So it's like the best defence versus one of the best attacks. It's a real clash. And now the question is that 1-0 going to be enough? It doesn't matter, because it's 2-0 and Suarez scores another early one for Tass.
Right at the top of both halves, Tass has come out and got the goal. He set his stall out very early on, come out the blocks fast, get the goal, and then sit on it. And I expect that's what we're going to see from him now. Sehan has got a bit of work to do now, not just in his leg, but maybe needs to try and get something back in this one before the game runs away from him.
Absolutely, 2-0 down again, just after the start of this half. Sehan needs something quicker. You know, going down 2-1's not really the end of the world in that sense, because, you know, you could win the 3-1 on your home console and all is good. But we'll have to see how this one all works out for him. There's a nice little challenge, actually, onto Sergio Ramos. And there is Ronaldo. And Again, Ramos just in at his feet, preventing him from getting any shot off, and that's actually going to allow TAS a little bit of freedom to move up. Hullet skipping past one, actually a 2-on-2 now at the back. Hullet taking it wide though, means he's going to have to do some fancy footwork to get out of this.
I mean, particularly when he gets in those wide areas, TAS is really relaxed on the ball. He never looks like he's going to lose possession. Okay, yes, he was dispossessed, but he got the throw-in. So we saw it in previous games today as well, able to wind the clock down when he needs to. Don't expect him to be doing that just yet, but we know if he needs to later in the fixture, he's going to be good at it.
Well, an away goal is certainly something that could play a big part in this tournament, and that's exactly what we require right now. 2-0, like you said, it's maybe enough, who knows, going through. If TAS were to pick up an away goal on the PlayStation, he would be in a very comfortable position. We certainly wouldn't see any golden goals if that was to happen at the moment. Messi getting the ball to Vidal. We've certainly seen lots of chances created so far by Sihan. That's a bit of a rash one. You don't often see the quick cross coming in there. In fact, you don't often see too many crosses at the moment in FIFA 17 alone. We haven't seen too many cross goals. They've been very much the cutback, because it almost guarantees the success of getting the goal, which is why you only saw, what, 3-4 chances total so far in this match, giving it 2 goals.
And equally, we're not really seeing people use big target men as strikers. You know, we're not seeing the Lewandowskis or the Andy Carrolls of the world being used. We're seeing fast strikers, you know, Ronaldo, Suarez, people that are just finishers. And that's what you need when you're doing a lot of cutbacks, you've got a lot of rebounds. You need people you trust to put the ball in the back of the net. And right now, Hashtag's got to be thinking 2-0's a lot better than 3-1. Do not want to give away an away goal. So he'd be happy with this.
Well, let's see what he does with it. 64 minutes gone of this game. He plays it around in midfield. Here with Pogba, going to try and send Ronaldo through. Could get away with this one. Actually falls kindly to Pogba, who turns back inside. He'll try and muscle through the opposition's Pogba. Didn't work though. Possession back over towards Schalke. What can they do with it?
Good counter-attack chance here as well. They got a lot of men forward. TAS had finally committed. You can see he's still got the back four still in place though. Hullet to Messi, looking for that through ball. Maybe to Ronaldo. He's got through to Hullet. Oh, he's knocked off the ball in the box. Nothing given. A big, heavy tackle in the box.
That would have been a turning point in the game for me. If that had been a penalty and he scored it, it's an away goal with 20 minutes left in his first leg. A huge decision not to give that from the referee. I'd say it was probably the right one. I think Ramos got stuck in, but it looked like he got the ball. But you never know in this game. If you make those sort of challenges in the box, you are risking a penalty.
There's a ball over the top. Sihan knows he needs to make a move here. Try and get that away goal on the board, even if it's just the one. He plays it back inside. Vidal up to Alaba. Bayern guys linking nicely. There is Messi into the feet of Ronaldo. Where's he going to go? It's a back heel, but it's straight to the feet of Walker. Not working as intended, but there may be a break here. No.
He had 2 options there, the back heel or the through ball. Messi was piling through just ahead of him as well. Tried to go for the back heel, the fancy play didn't quite work out for him. But good attack working out so far. Laurent Blanc getting in front of that one. Obviously one of the legends at the back. Ronaldo to Suarez, can go wide, and he does. Georgie Best opens up. Beautiful little take there. Oh, and Walker. That's no-nonsense tackling right there from the man from Schalke.
That was a fantastic tackle from Walker. And if you watch TAS now, he hasn't got the ball, particularly as he gets nearer his box. He's actually not pressing super hard. He's letting him have the ball a little bit. And it's when he gets to his box that he starts to press. He says, look, I don't mind you doing this here, but when you get in the danger zone, I'm going to stop you. And that's what TAS has been good at so far. There's not been a huge, like now, got the ball back, lovely, and now get rid of it again. We've not seen Sihan really break through the line of defence and have too many chances, clear cut at least.
No, we've said it a couple of times already. Best defence against best attack. So far, it's the best defence that's working out. You know, a very decent attack from TAS as well. His almost signature moves that we've seen from him all through this tournament. 82 minutes closing in now on us. And time ticking for that away goal. Let's see what TAS can do. Snatching a 30 will be absolutely pivotal for him, and that may well just happen. Ronaldo trying to get in. Bit of skill. We'll give the ball over to Suarez, and a lovely little ball down onto this bottom flank. That's Marcelo, who's going to whip it up to the back post. Vieira. And if there's one man you wanted to fall to the head of, he would be it, but not quite working out this time.
So we did see a cross there. We don't see it a lot, but you could tell TAS had put enough on it to make sure it avoided the goalkeeper. Don't want to lose possession there, particularly as you're pushing an attack. If the keeper gets it in his hands, he can get rid of it quickly, and suddenly you're going to be outnumbered. You know, I don't know what Sihan's going for in terms of tactics right now, but yeah, it's an interesting mindset. Do you go for it do you think I need to get this away goal because it's going to be too much for me in the second leg? Or do you go, you know what, 2-0, I think I can overturn it? Depends how much he backs himself. At the end of the day, he's only had 3 shots in this game and he's not taken any of them despite them all being on target.
Bunch of subs made by Cian. Didn't quite get a glimpse of who they were. They were going that quick. But it's like you say, 3 shots, 2 goals for TAS so far. Very much clinical in front of goal, whereas Cian, his shots have kind of been more long range. You think of the shots he took, the long range Pogba one, the pile drivers that never really going to get past the keeper. Well, I mean, sometimes they will. Sometimes you'll see a screamer go in, but obviously when you look to TAS, it's more about efficiency in scoring.
Yeah, I mean, the big difference is with TAS's goals, we thought they'd be goals. You can tell the position he'd got himself in, it's goal time. With Cihan's, they were a little bit more speculative, and whilst we might see him go in, at this level, it's all about percentages. It's all about making sure you don't shoot too early, if anything. That's the biggest, probably, the difference between this level of players and people just underneath is how long they wait for the right opportunity to shoot.
There is Neymar on the edge of the box, and well, this time it was the pass that didn't work out for him, but likewise can be said of TAS. There is Vidal, edge of the box, actually storming on through here. Was dispossessed by Ramos, and now TAS is going to break again with the excellent Ruud Gullit down on this bottom side.
And he doesn't overcommit when he makes this push. You can see still playing very defensive. He's got Vieira trying to push on through. He's now got himself in a great position to lay it up for George Best. Oh, that could surely be it. 3-0 for TAS. And fantastic stuff. Didn't overcommit, strong counter-attack, quick play, down the left wing, and simple stuff once again.
That was a great example of many of the points I was making earlier. First of all,
an own goal.
It's down to an own goal. First of all, when Vidal was on the attack for Cihan, it looked like he was running through the middle and it looked too easy for him. But TAS was letting him do it. TAS was saying, I don't mind you running at me with Vidal because I'm blocking off all your big-name strikers and eventually you're going to run into trouble. And then he got the ball, turned it around super quickly and put it in the back of the net with a little bit of composure. I mean, that's what it's all about. The chance was one we knew was going to be a goal. Yet again, it's the efficiency.
3-0, and now moving, obviously, over to Cian's home console, and that is where he's got to absolutely beast mode this one. I mean, he's got to win 3-0 himself just to force us through into a golden goal game.
Well, like, what the plus side is, he's averaged 3 goals on the PlayStation every time he's played, so let's not write him off just yet. That was a bit of a monster of a first game, though, from your man TAS. #United looking very good here.